share one document in the group. So about this place, it's one of famous generals in the ancient China, three kingdom period. His name is Guan Yu. So his body was buried here, and then his head is in another city, Dangyang. So so today we visit this place to tell the story of Guan Yu, a very famous general.
关公买在这里呢，今年是1802年的，然后我们这个建筑呢，好了100多年的时间，这里是属于国家级的公有保单位。
So, Guan Yu, it's more than 1,800 years history this place, and this building is built in Ming Dynasty. So it's a very ancient architecture, and also it's a national thing, the architecture.
超过58年以后，它的整个树的那个主干的树尖就自然枯死断。
We call it like that horse is very very energetic and help him to fight and to win many battles. So it's very famous. So this place is for the horse place. You're doing good. I need more good luck.
Good luck, no straight.
Yeah, his road is down to
You can enjoy it.
doing good. I need more good luck.
Good luck, no straight. You can enjoy it.
What did you learn in this part after visiting this place?
Okay, so I think it's a very nice place, and when I go here, I've been able to learn more about the ancient Chinese, which is the Guiyang. I learned that Guiyang had two sons, and he has one horse, two horses, white horse and also a red horse. And also, as you can see my back, that was where he was buried. His body is buried there, and his head was buried in another place because he went to fight and they cut off his head. So those who won took his head to another city, and the body was buried here. And 48 years ago, you could enter the place where he was buried, but now you can't enter. I also learned that Guiyang lived for 58 years, and there are some trees that grow when the branches fell down after 58 years. It means those trees lived like Guiyang.
Okay, so how do you describe Guan Yu? What kind of person he was?
I think he's a very powerful person. He's powerful, strong, loyal, because he served his people very well, and that's why his people respect him a lot.
Okay, thank you.
So today we are visiting the place of the very famous ancient Chinese hero Guan Yu, and later on he also got the power of the empire after his death because of his bravery works. And here we can see the very long sword. This is very ancient weapon. That time they used that, and the weight of it is too heavy. We can't even move it. We 3-4 people we tried to move it, but we failed to do it. And we also learned about how was the great leader's life. He was not only a good fighter, he was also a good scholar. he also suggests his child to study more, to read good books like this. And we have seen the grave of him here, and we are going to know about more of him and know more about China. Thank you, China Research Society, to give us this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Today we are here to learn about one of China's great emperors, that's Guan Yu. During his time, they traveled using horses, and because of his reputation, a temple was built in his honor. And this is a representation of the horse that was used during this time. Because of its strength and swiftness, it helped Guan Yu to win more battles, and that made him more famous.
大家好，我是刘洋。今天我们来逛逛一个地方，这个地方的名字是关岭。Today we come to visit a historical place. It's built in Guangwon City, and today we come to learn about the Guan Yu, the historical man. And now as you see this picture, there are three persons. In the middle one, he is in Guan Yu. The right one, he is the general office, and the left one, his son. So they are talking about some technique to battle, and how they can win easily in the battle time. So it's very important picture, and as I said, today we come to visit a historical place. It's very vulnerable to us, and as I said, I want to thank about our research society. Thank you so much to give us the opportunity. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today we are here to visit the Guan Yu place. This place named Yuan Temple. Guan Yu was the great fighter for China. His body built here. As you see, there are some holes to go inside, but now for the safety, they close the hole, so we can't go there. So we learned many things about Guan Yu. So we saw many things. So we saw his horse, we saw his statue. So we learned many things about him. He was a great man. He was a great fighter for China. He was not only a fighter, he was a very good scholar for China. For that, the Chinese people remind him till now with a very much honor. We saw many people come here to worship him. So, as we know that he is a very good man. So, thank you China Research Society for giving me a chance to come here to learn many things about Guan Yu.
Thank you.
My name is Jordi. I'm from China Research Society from the College of Computer Science. So today we came here to visit one famous general of China in this place. The name of the general was Guan Yu. So he was a famous general of China, and he was a great fighter. He was very big, so strong. So yeah, I've learned that he was a great person.
Hi, I am MD Abdul Munnaf. I am a member of China Research Society. Today we come here to visit Guan Yu temple. He was a good scholar and fighter, and we saw his size is so big. I think he was a good fighter, and we saw his two sons beside him. They were also so strong, and they use big instrument for fighting. And we saw his horse. His horse was so big, 2.4 meter, and this horse was they are fighting transportation.
How we can learn from him?
And we also saw many things and learn from him, from this monument, like how they lead their lives. That's it. We enjoy.
So are you motivated?
Yes, yes. It's we are learning and enjoy this monument. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Blessed Kevin Les Sorunga. I'm one of the members of China Research Society, and we visit this museum. We call it Guanyu Museum. So, in Guanyu Museum, we can find there's Guanyu sculptures. So it means in each room there are some tasks that Guanyu did, he did, and also what we can learn from Guanyu. Guanyu was a general, a big great man, and that man fought many fights and he won it. And what we can learn from him, Guanyu was he was not using his power like his strength, but he was using also his wisdom, because he's the wisdom. Guanyu is giving us many inspiration. Like it's not only the strength, but it's also the intelligence. Yeah, we have to use our brain, like the way we can think. We need to read more books, because Guanyu was also reading some books and to get some knowledge. So we can call it he's the knowledge man, because he has many knowledges in him, so that it helps the guy to fight and to win many fights.
We don't know who is the real member in this group. Even Rahan is our team today, but he is not our member. We just need help from Rahan, that's why we come to Rahan.
কি রে ভাই, তোরা নিজেদের মধ্যে কি শুরু করলি? বুঝলাম।
湘西革命烈士纪念碑、湘西革命烈士纪念馆题词。1991年，湘西革命烈士纪念碑在当阳市的长坂坡公园内落成。
Okay, so this place was constructed in 1985. At that moment, the president of China, Mr. Li Xiannian, wrote the inscription of this place. You can see the inscription outside of this building. And the monument was constructed in
91年
1991. Yes.
1994年，由湖北省委、湖北省人民政府署名的纪念碑碑文刊刻安装完成。
And the inscription of the monument was was constructed and was done by the Hubei provincial government.
1999年6月24日，纪念馆正式对外开放，接待游客。
And this place was opened in 1999.
No, 1996.
1996.
Officially opened to the public. 1996.
由于场地有限，这里只陈列着626名区营级以上职务的烈士。
Because this place is not big enough, so here we only have it's maybe 600 and 626 meters description and photos.
他们都是由1921年建党到1949年新中国成立期间，湘西籍在湘西牺牲，湘西籍在外地牺牲，外地籍在湘西牺牲的革命烈士。
So they are all martyrs who sacrificed during 1929 to 1949.
Those people,
Yeah, those sacrificed during
their
this
life
period.
during 1921 to 1949.
1949 is
In that period.
is the year for the establishment of New China.
Oh yes.
其中县团级及县团级以上职务的烈士是198名。
prefecture level. You know, prefecture is the official administrative structure. If your prefecture is like my status. The people like my status died. They about 多少
198。
They about 198. Yeah. People died here in about this social status.
198, they are leaders.
They
died.
Among there are 600 of them, 900 of them are the leaders.
这198名烈士在这里都做了简介。
So here is
Where you can find
198 matters. Their introduction, brief introduction is done in this wall.
很遗憾，当中159名烈士没有留下照片。
And the pity part, you can find among of them more than 150 matters. There's no photos for them. We cannot find their photos.
共产党员用党徽代替，党外人士者用红色的五角星代替。
So we find a way. If they are a member of CPC, we use the logo of CPC to replace his photo. If they are not a member, they will
The star.
use the
Star.
to be his photo.
If you are CPC member, so they put a symbol of this. But if you are not, you are still matrix sacrifice for the people's happiness. They use the star instead. Yeah.
他们的排列顺序。
Okay, from the center to the two sides.
Oh, okay.
要不就是最早介绍一个现在一个历史学就是专用有大家大家请看，大概几句。
我也
Dear guests,
That means they all understand the
Yeah, 我也是这个。
So, just now we finished the first part. We get some background information. Then now I will introduce Miss Lily to give you more information about this trip. Okay, why we're here and what we're doing and what kind of place it is. So let's give the process.
So after just now's introduction, I knew some stories about this monument, and this monument was built to memorize those who originated from this area or sacrificed their life from this area. So both or yeah, and all these. How to say, great heroes, they sacrificed their own life or even their family in the pursuit for the happiness of the whole country, of all the people. So why we take you here to visit this monument is that because after yesterday's ceremony of the establishment of the Touching China Society, we would like to show you the true story of CPC, China Communist Party, and how this party lead Chinese people and the whole country to fight for today's happy life and to fight for a better life. And also for our rapid development, and also for the poverty alleviation. So for all these great contributions to this to China. and we would like you to understand the true story of China, and also in the future we would like you to be the bridge of the Chinese people, between Chinese people and the people from your country, and to tell a true story about China, and to fulfill the spirit of President Xi Jinping to make your contribution to build a common community for the whole humankind. Okay, that's all.
Thank you. What we're doing, I think actually in some parts we share the same story. Maybe in your country, for freedom, you also have many martyrs who sacrifice themselves for freedom, for the country's future. Okay, so now we will invite Professor Xi Jin to give us a conclusion speech, and so let's work.
Hi guys, thank you for joining us today. I believe in that you have a fruitful experience today with us. But actually, I need to, before my talking, I need to ask you or think about two questions. The first is, what is the belief? Okay, what in your life? What is the importance of a belief for oneself? And this is the first one. And the second one is, as a young man like us, what is the driving force? What is the driving force for your future, for your career? So this is the two questions you have to think and answer it, no matter where you are and which country you are from. So think about that, and this place we visited. You may notice just now that Mr. Chu explained to us all those people, more than 600 of them, many died, sacrificed their life during 1921 to 1949. This is a very critical, very hard time in Chinese contemporary history. And for your memories, what are the big events happened in the world during the 21 to 1949?
World War.
Yes. Just the end of the First World War and the beginning, the whole process of the Second World War. Okay? So this is exactly the same for the people in China. They suffered too much from these big disasters. And you may know the last emperor in China, the feudal emperor in China, is the Qin dynasty, which corrupted in the 1910. Okay? 1910. At that time, the China had been scattered and controlled by different warlords. If you get more people, get more weapons, more power, so you can be the local king. You can do as what you want to do. And who are the people sacrificed, suffered too much? The ordinary people. Yeah. The ordinary people. So they have no guarantee for their life. No, even you cannot talk about the happiness. They want to, survive. This is the first. So that's the reason why at that time, in 1921, the Chinese Communist Party, we call it the 中国共产党, right? So was founded in that year, just soon after the collapse of the Qin dynasty. And why? So that's why I suggest you read more about the contemporary history. You have to understand, because at that time, the communist ones was very popular, very hot and welcome in the world, especially in the 1918, the first communist country founded. Where? Russia. Yes, good, Russia. So this gives very inspiring ideas for the people, because the slogan for the Communist Party is what? Being united, all the proletarians, means the people you are ordinary people, you have no fortunes, you have no wealth, we should be united to create a new country for us. You see, this is very inspiring for the young men in China. This is the reason why those people, being inspired by the communist idea, this is why we should establish a Chinese Communist Party. So this is the beginning. So what's the target? What's the this is the why their belief comes. So what is their belief? Actually, their belief changing from the very beginning to today. But there's one thing, no changes. What it is? That is serve the people.
Serve the people.
Okay, to serve the people, and this country is for the people. Okay, and according to the Mr. Xi Jinping's idea is 人民的江山，江山就是人民。Means like the people is the country. Okay, the country is what we are doing is for the people. Yes. So even it's from the very beginning to today, they still take emphasis of this. What about this belief? If you are think about yourself, I think maybe you should work for your people, right? Yeah. So we share the same value. Right? Yes. So exactly this is why we come here. We can. I think the history and the experience in a different country may different, but we can share some common values. And this is the more universal. This is more universal. This is the one. And the second thing is, we want to invite you here, and is nothing about those ideological things. It's more about how we set up our career in the future. I was also grown up from your age. When I was like 20 years old, I'm thinking about what should I be in the future. Yeah? And at that time, I was very ambitious. I even dreaming to be the toppest officials in Yichang. That's the ones was my dream. But anyhow, serve the people. Okay? So you should think about your position. Well, in the future, by what you're seeing, what should I do? Because this is the driving force. Yes. They can bring your power, more continuous power for you.
The motivation.
Yeah, that's the motivation, right? You're right. So you need to think about this. Well, what is my future? Sometimes when you bring the happiness to the people, you also get enjoyed. You also find no matter you are Christian, you are Muslim, I did some studies of that. They also take emphasis to bring the happiness and the fortune for the other people and emphasize the personal sacrifice. So that's why I think by this experience, it can encourage you to think about yourself. Okay, what can I do in the future? That reminds me in June 27th, so the Chinese President, Mr. Xi Jinping, he wrote a letter to our international students in Beijing University, and he encouraged our international students, in your spare time of studying in China, you can try to find more opportunity to explore the Chinese society, to learn some Chinese history, okay, and to think about how to promote the idea of the shared future of the all human community. I think this is very, very important. I think for being a long time, I think Chinese, this nationality is one group of people, rely on too much of their beliefs. Okay? If in the time we lost our belief, you lost your aim. What shall we do? Where shall we go? Which directions? Yes. And this is exactly a very, very important thing. So that's why I think by this visit, I hope everyone, guys, you are the members of our society and our students in these special courses. I think you could be a pioneer. To think about your personal value, to think about your career in the future, and to think about in your most beautiful time in your life, you spend more than 4 years in China, this country. So this maybe is you can see it's God's will. Huh? So to connect your life between your country and China. So you may think about maybe in the future I can do something. This is the country, the second largest economic entity in the world, and with very potentially good opportunities. And you need to think about by which means I can work to link up these bridges and to devote myself for some works and bring the happiness and the more understanding between your country and the Chinese people. So this is the one. We invite you to join us. I sincerely hope maybe in another 10 or 20 years after I get retired, I can in the midnight or in the early morning, I can receive a message from any one of you. Say, sir, I'm now the minister of my country. Please welcome.
lucky.
Thank you very much. And this is the first class after the foundation of our research of our association, and we will organize more of this. Again, more people will join us. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.